Welcome back. In this lesson we'll write some script that adjusts the position of the player. What we want to do is we want to write a script that listens to the keyboard, and if the up arrow or the down arrow or the left arrow or the right arrow get pressed, we want our script to adjust the position that the player is in. Before we move on to looking at the script, we'll need to spend a little bit of time considering how we adjust the transform component of the player. Because Unity is 3D, and the transform component, when we consider the position property has three pieces of information associated with it: the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Now, when we want to adjust the position property, what we need to do is we need to add what is called a vector to the position. This is a little more complicated than simply adding a simple value. Here is a diagram I found on the interwebs that tries to explain a little bit about what vectors are. In short, vectors are used in physics when we want to describe the movement of an object, because objects move in 3 dimensions and there's aspects such as force associated with them and velocity. Their movement is more complex than simply just applying one simple value. And so we talk about vectors. Now, we won't go into any more detail here about what vectors are. Suffice to say that Unity uses vectors, and it means that our script will need to add a vector to the position property of our player if we want to move the player. So let's take a look at the script that we wrote last time. Here that script is. The script that I am going to use to move the player initially is here. The script has several parts. Note how it's placed in the update function. That's very important. This line here is my event handler, and I'm simply asking if the up arrow gets pressed. So it causes the program to listen to the keyboard. If the up arrow gets pressed, then I am going to adjust the position property of the transform component. I'll create a new position property of the transform component, and I will add this vector. Right? So I'm going to change its X value. Let's save that, and then we'll play our Unity script. Right. So the next thing is to write the code that will listen for the down arrow. So I'll simply copy that code and paste it, and then make the additions. If input key dot get key code down arrow, and here I will transform the vector and I will make that a positive one. I'll save that and run that. So here I play my Unity script, and my player can move up and down. So now, here I've gone off and I have written the other scripts for the up arrow, for the down arrow, for the left arrow, and for the right arrow. Note, with the left and right, I'm adjusting the Z property. When I play this script in Unity, I can see that I have control of my player and I can move up, down, left, and right.